we are definitely shifting timelines. There's a lot of things going on right now, and I know a lot of people are feeling it. Things are definitely getting intense. We have a lot of activity going on right now, and we got a lot of information that we need to break down. Things that are unusual, whether it's through ATLAS, the Italian Schumann Resonance, the Schumann Resonance, or really anything else. There's a lot of things to get into. I hope everybody's doing very good. Um, we're back at it again. Let's get into some of this data here. On the Italian Schumann resonance, it's getting even stranger. Normally, we're supposed to see those strange lines. Well, we're getting this. This is very weird and it's getting wider. Um, this is just very unusual, you know. What the heck is going on? Um, Definitely an active Schumann resonance. I'm going to just skim through this data. You guys can have a look at this. Um, let's move on here. General Schumann resonance at Tom Station. We had a blackout. We had a blackout on hour 15 and 16. That was a blackout. Um, that's a timeline jump. Let me tell you that. And people are feeling it. People are definitely getting symptoms, and we're definitely in some weird times. And I know next month is creeping up on us. It's huge. It's huge. But getting to the most recent data, of course, I should refresh. At most, we had a power 12, and as you can see, we're definitely getting this energy, pretty high intense energy. Looks like about a couple hours or so far. Started around hour 10 to, and it's around 12ish now. So we're definitely getting some intense energy, pretty strong activity. Um, and you can definitely see the usual pattern, a bunch of vertical lines, and then that stuff starts to come in. And we're noticing it a bit earlier, just like if you look at the previous days, both previous days, vertical lines on the 25th, it was a blackout. On the 24th, we had some energy, but then early morning we had, more energy come in. But this time it's a little earlier. Besides that, it's November 26th. Um, let's keep looking over here. High solar winds. We've been getting high 777 right now. Um, we've been hitting some pretty high solar winds. KP's been up and down. We were in a geomagnetic storm. I can't remember if we were on the 25th, but like I think we were. Um, Other than that, everything looks good, but that's pretty. Excuse me, that's pretty high. We have a lot of sunspot regions, and they're getting a little active. We'll have to see what happens. No solar flare activity, but I'm sure some will come. Looking at the coronal holes. Okay, I think we got two or three more on the left, and one huge one. We have a big chain of coronal holes. As you can see, 1, 2, 3 solid areas. To be honest, I'm sure there's one on 4. We have massive, massive coronal hole activity, and actually no, this one just looks better. I feel like maybe it's just me. Um, I'm really just breaking this down. Look on the right, intense, big coronal hole. Bottom, it's forming. It's still deep and big, and all the way towards the bottom, larger. On the left, you got that weird thing. Looks like something's coming out here. That could be slamming the earth for all we know. Definitely looks like an ejection of plasma. On the left side, it's dark already. And I'm not gonna lie, that could be a massive coronal hole. And then there's an X towards the left bottom. So it looks like an 8 all the way to the far left. I don't know if you guys see the mouse. I don't know if you guys could see my mouse. But if you guys can see it, um, I think you guys can see it like this. This right here is an 8, in my opinion, and this little spot over here looks like an X. But yeah, Definitely a chain of coronal holes, which have been the only thing I could think of that has caused massive, massive activity. And everybody feels these things, seriously, you know? And if you didn't know, we have a new moon video. I mean, I don't know if that portal's, I don't know if the energy's still here. I think it's about gone, right? It happened the 20th, so yeah, it's about gone. But we made a video on that, if you want to know um, how you felt to it. We have like a full blown November forecast, full 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 forecast for that. Um, and Yeah, I mean, we got a lot of videos. You guys should definitely be checking them out. Now, this is throwing me off too, because I'm trying to talk and I'm being thrown off. Look how dark the sun is on the right side and stuff like that. It's so dark, and then you have these massive bright regions, these where the sunspots are. And eight, look at the eight. There's like so many symbols on this. I'm being thrown off. The more I look at it, the more I see something on the top left, like a caterpillar or something. An eight on the left, far left, middle left, and we have all these bright regions here. Like, bro, it looks crazy. I mean, I could just look at that all day. And here's the sun. All that bright regions look much smaller than the last few days, but massive coronal hole in the bottom. I'm curious to see what's gonna be coming. So overall, I think that's that. I don't know if they show seismic power because that's been going crazy. It's not something I'm incredibly familiar with. Um, Not something I'm familiar with, but it's gone red at points. It's been crazy. It's not something I'm familiar with, but that's just something that's been going bananas lately. Here's a new image of 3i Atlas. You guys might like this. This is looking very odd now. We have two comets. And by the way, I think it's interesting that we have multiple comets all of a sudden coming out of nowhere. I think it's interesting that they're surrounding the planet now, or at least it looks like it. And these are different. They look like they're going to Jupiter. We talked about that yesterday, if I'm not mistaken. And on top of that, of course, big things. Let's get straight to the point. The tail shouldn't exist at that distance. Two, the mass loss exceeds what the object can afford to lose. And number three, what we're witnessing defies the textbook definitions of how comets behave. So let's get into this super duper duper quickly. Um, there's a lot of solar winds that is hitting through Atlas, and if it's a natural comet according to known physics, Ivy is basically saying it must be losing mass at a staggering rate, and it's very interesting. Like everything that's going on is just unordinary to him, and just basically the chemical thrusters produce exhaust speeds far higher than thermal gas. We're reducing the necessary mass loss by 2 orders of magnitude. And there's like a lot of things in here, but it's not behaving like a passive chunk of ice and a rock drifting through space. It's accelerating in ways that require explanation. It is producing structures that demand densities and mass fluxes inconsistent with natural sublimation models. It's doing so while maintaining structural integrity that suggests either extraordinary compositional resilience or something else entirely. Um, as you can see, there's a lot to get into here. Um, Interesting. The coma glows with a consistency that indicates sustained activity, not the sporadic bursts typical of comet fragmentation or regular ice pocket sublimation. There are observations any reader can appreciate from the photograph. So again, definitely a wild amount of things here, unusual things here. What's going on with it? Everything's just very unusual. And last but not least, I thought this was interesting. Little these earthquakes by Alaska. I don't know if Alaska gets hit with a lot of earthquakes, but they got a lot of earthquakes. Let me tell you that. Let's see. What was their stress? They had a 4.9. Pretty intense. Um, Besides that, I think that's everything. And yes, I think we are going through a timeline jump. I think we're feeling it. I think, everybody's definitely feeling the symptoms. I think everybody's feeling off and tired and sore, pressure, pain, whatever it might be. And other than that, of course, I just want to thank everyone for watching. Make sure you guys hit the like button and subscribe. I appreciate each and every one of you. And yes, I'm making videos every day. I can't believe it. And make sure you guys like and subscribe. I'm gonna keep you guys updated. And we're gonna keep on going. There's a lot of activity, there's a lot of things going on. Thank you all so much, and I'll see you all next time.